The next major historical title for the Total War game series has been announced: Total War Pharaoh, set during the tumultuous Bronze Age collapse. But before we learn all about it, let's watch the trailer. Well, that was certainly a trailer. I'm going to open it up to you guys, my friends, colleagues, and fellow Total War enthusiasts, to interpret that one. I'm sure you'll have many comments to leave below. The reveal of the game's trailer was accompanied by an official blog on Total War's website, and it reads that the Pharaoh is dead and the people of Egypt, Canaan, and the Hittite Empire now cry out for a new leader. Many desire the power of the throne, but the path to becoming Pharaoh is a perilous one. As the leader of these great nations, you must overcome societal collapse, face natural disasters, and fight to protect your people against invaders from far-off lands. Total War Pharaoh is the next installment in the award-winning Total War strategy franchise and is slated to release in October of 2023. That's right, just a scant 5 months away. The blog promises that Total War Pharaoh will immerse players in the turbulent events of the Egyptian New Kingdom period, where they'll determine the fate of 3 great cultures as they fight for survival amid the cataclysmic Bronze Age collapse. For those of you that are more history-oriented, this specifically is taking place between the 20th and 19th dynasties. They promise they've got lots to tell you about the game over the next few months, and to be sure to keep an eye on pharaoh.totalwar.com for all the latest news, or you can just subscribe to this channel because I will bring it to you as it releases. To start with, though, they do answer some of the biggest questions you're likely to have. What is Total War Pharaoh? Well, it's a video game from the people that make Total War. Experience ancient Egypt during the vibrant and tumultuous era of the Bronze Age collapse, and master dynamic real-time battles and turn-based empire management to rise above your adversaries and become Egypt's last great Pharaoh, which is a moniker typically given to Ramses III, the man who fought the Sea Peoples and basically had the last golden age of Egypt before it got, frankly, very rough for everyone in the Mediterranean for a couple hundred years. And we know he's available in the game because they tell you which playable factions will be available at launch right at the beginning. The base game contains 8 playable factions from 3 diverse cultures. From the Egyptian faction, you have Ramses, Seti, Tuzret, and Amen-Messi. From the Canaanite faction, you have Bay and Irsu, and from the Hittites, Karunta and Suppiluliuma, of which I am sure I screwed up at least one of those names, but thankfully they're not still around to correct me. Beyond telling you who you can play as, they have also gone so far as to reveal the cost, and it will be $60, 50 pounds, or 60 euros. This is a full price game and not a saga title. and will be created by the CA Sofia studio based out of Bulgaria, who previously made the Total War Saga Troy. As has become increasingly popular in recent years, the game will release with different editions available on the first day. In addition to the base game, there are 2 digital bundles for Total War Pharaoh available for pre-order now on Steam and the Epic Game Store. You can find a link to the official Pharaoh page in this description, and if you click it, it will take you to the Steam page and also help to support this channel. The standard edition of the game will just contain Total War Pharaoh, while the deluxe edition of the game will include the Pharaoh base game, plus the first DLC faction pack and the digital soundtrack to the wonderful music that always accompanies these games. While the Dynasty edition will have Total War Pharaoh's base game, plus DLC faction packs 1, 2, and 3, as well as a DLC campaign pack and the digital soundtrack attached. The deluxe edition will go for just under $73 US, while the Dynasty edition will be sold for an eye-watering $92. But it does seem that it will likely contain all the DLC likely to be released alongside Total War Pharaoh. Compared to paying the full price for each individual item, the deluxe edition is said to offer a 10% discount, while the Dynasty edition offers a 25% discount. The DLC packs will be released as part of the post-launch content roadmap. Details of the roadmap, of course, will be provided at a later date, but it is interesting that the historical team here is committing to at least 3 faction packs and 1 DLC campaign pack, and should be at least a year, if not a year and a half's worth of support for the game. But what do you get if you pre-order the game? Well, you'll be able to take part in an exclusive early access weekend before the game is released, a first for the Total War series and something that is sure to entice many of you. You will also receive the Avatar of the Gods cosmetic pack and the Heart of the Shardana cosmetic pack for the full game. Cosmetic packs are a first for the Total War series and can be seen here, looking to reskin existing units and lords in a way to make them more appealing and try and earn your clicks. We've seen things similar to this by Paradox Plaza, but a better example might be the recent Assassin's Creed games, which offer new and unique skins for the main protagonist. The early access weekend will be available for a limited period where you can play and enjoy part of the game before its launch. Details of the early access weekend will be shared at a later date, and I will be especially curious what it ends up shaping to be, because that is a very new concept here and definitely an enticement. The Avatar of the Gods cosmetic pack contains a unique skin for each playable faction leader, 8 in total, and the Heart of the Shardana cosmetic pack contains unique Shurden outfits for the bodyguard units. So that tells us the game will have bodyguard units, likely similar to what was added in the last historical update for Total War Saga Troy. These will be available on release of Total War Pharaoh. The cosmetic pack pre-order bonus offer will also be available up to 1 week after the release. Will there be a physical edition? Well, yes, there will be a physical edition. There always is. At select retailers, that includes a digital download code for Total War Pharaoh, so don't expect there actually to be a disc in the box. The Avatar of the Gods cosmetic pack and the Heart of the Shardana cosmetic pack will be included, plus a double-sided poster, which is actually kind of cool. I want that poster. I still have my poster from the first medieval Total War game, and it was a crutch that I leaned on relentlessly while playing. The physical edition will be released after the game's digital launch later this year and will be available at select retailers in Europe, but there is no word about a release in the United States. Total War Pharaoh will be available in the usual assortment of languages: English, French, Italian, German, Spanish, Czech, Polish, Turkish, Korean, Portuguese, Simplified, and Traditional Chinese. Full audio will be available in English, German, and Mandarin, and partial audio will be available in French, Italian, Spanish, and Polish, though that is just for the advisor. Pharaoh offers 2-player co-op in a head-to-head mode, and Steam and Epic users will have cross-play enabled. So if your friend happens to buy it on the wrong store, do not fret, it will still work. Yes, the game will be released on Mac and Linux after the PC launch, though typically this is handled by Pharaoh Interactive and is a port that follows a month or so later, and my personal advisement is get it on PC, it runs better. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is everything we know about Total War Pharaoh. You should expect a lot more information about this game in the upcoming weeks as they start to build hype and interest in this product. For my own part, as a person with a master's degree in archaeology for screen media, I greatly look forward to covering it on this channel and educating you about all the beautiful, interesting nuance of this fascinating era. Make sure to subscribe to this channel for updates about Total War Pharaoh as they release. And as always, I'm Cody Bonds, and this has been your Total War News. Thanks for watching.